2013 live from Cologne, Germany. And right now I'm very happy to be joined by H4ckerv2 from Lyon Gaming, who played their first match in the group stage here against Team Immunity. Wasn't the best experience to start with. You can tell me what you thought going into that game up first.
Well, first of all, I think they had really strong picks. Their team comp was, I would say, way better than ours. They had really strong bands, and we honestly weren't prepared to counter that. And I think that was mostly what affected our game. We did what we could in the game, try to control with the picks that we had, and that's what happened.
Yeah, maybe we should go a little deeper in those picks and bans, because they had a triple AP comp. You had that Lissandra and Annie support and the Syndra and the Jarvan to lock everything up. And you did have champions with some escape, so was there no other way you thought you could maybe mitigate their power?
Yeah, pretty much we had Zach that could only initiate for us, so we pretty much needed to wait for him to go in, but he wasn't doing so good on top, so it kind of made us wait a little bit longer. By the time we had time to have an actual fight, it was too late and they just pushed us and we couldn't do much.
Yeah, that's true. Did you have any chance to research that team? Of course, they are an Australian team, so it might be hard, but how do you do that? How do you go into this competition where you have all those different teams from all those different regions?
Yeah, it was really hard to find information about different teams since there's not a lot of footage out there. So we honestly didn't research that much. We did some research, but as much as we could.
But you still got here, you're here at Gamescom, so what did you do before? Did you then focus on yourself and say, okay, we just have to play our best game? And what is that style of game? What style do you play?
Our style, I would say that our team comps, or I mean like team fights are better, and that's pretty much what we focus on, team fights.
Have you been playing together for a long time, or?
We've been playing since March this year, so we've been growing together, getting better at it.
Can you tell me something about your scene, the Latin American scene, and how strong you are there, and just in general?
I would say that the Latin American scene is getting better. So we're still not as good as NA or anywhere else, but they're getting better.
All right, so now you're here. The first game is a loss, but nothing is lost, of course. Can you tell me something about the other teams that are up here, and one you particularly fear or think that might do really good?
Right, I'm gonna say that they're all good teams. There's a reason why we're all here, right? Everyone's good, so we're not gonna underestimate anyone. We're just gonna try and play hard.
All right. So going into this next couple of games, you don't have that much time to prepare for the next game. So how do you do that? Is there a certain leader in your team that grabs you all together and says, "Come on, guys, we're gonna get back on track and refine our strategy"? Or
we all support each other. We all try to stay strong. We already know what we're gonna do for the next game, so we're ready for the next 3 games. Do the best we can.
So realistically, who do you think might go on to tomorrow? Yourself included, of course.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this experience then, maybe. It's probably the first time you're at Gamescom, or how are you liking this?
It's first time in Gamescom, first time in Europe, so definitely a new experience, liking it. Everyone's so nice, liking it.
Have you been able to watch a lot of the broadcasts, the LCS broadcasts, and if you think, if we get that spot in Worlds, do you think you'll have a real chance to maybe beat some of those teams? If you would get to Worlds.
I hope so. I mean, that's what we want, get to the World Final.
And if you look at the competition across the globe, what are you think the strongest regions? Do you think maybe Latin America has some teams that could possibly be very strong, or is it more North America or Europe?
I'm gonna say us, Latin America.
We like to hear that, of course, we like to hear that. So finally, you got just a couple of more games here today. What would be the main thing you have to mitigate? You have to say, okay, this we have to do better that you didn't do in the game versus Immunity.
I think we just need to pick better comp, stay strong, and don't let them take little leads. Just control the game.
And then finally, is there anything you want to say to the Latin American fans that are watching and cheering you on?
Doki.
All right, thank you very much, and good luck in your upcoming matches. All right, now it's time for our second set of games. Jad and D-Man will be on the A stream with Dark Passage taking on Team Immunity, while Joe and Jason will be on the B stream bringing you gaming gear versus Pain Gaming. Take it away, guys.